Hello and welcome to the LRM podcast, sponsored by Adrian Flux Insurance. I'm Martin Dominy.
And I'm Neil Watterson.
Steve's not here today. I've come over to see Neil, because it's been a long time since you've been on the podcast, isn't it?
It's been a while. Weren't we somewhere in a field or something like that last time?
We were green laning in Yorkshire in the... was it 130?
No, it wasn't. It was you were in the Freelander 2 and Steve came up in his 90.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a really good trip, wasn't it?
It was great, yeah.
Good fun. We thought, because would you believe LRM Live is less than 2 weeks away? We thought we'd do a bit of a roundup, really, what you can expect. Hopefully, if you're on the fence about coming, because it's, Malvern's a long way from some people, this will tip you over the edge, because it's going to be a cracking weekend. So we thought we'd run through what's going to go on. We're going to talk a little bit about what projects you've been up to as well, because you've been busy since we last spoke. And of course, talk about Land Rover Life, which is on sale right now.
It is indeed, yeah, with lots of great content as well.
Exactly, yeah. It's the UK Guide to Adventure, so I'm sure the LRM Live could be tied in to many an adventure, should you wish. And should we kick off with what you've been up to then? Because I believe you've been having some Discovery action as well.
Yeah, I was reading about your, or listening to your thing about the Discovery 2, but yeah, I've just picked up a Discovery 1. It's a very late 300 TDI. I've basically had it for a few years, but actually moved it the other day because it was my parents' old one. It was an ex-demonstrator from, would it be Marshalls? No, Broadfields. Broadfields in Stortford.
Oh, right, okay.
So that they had it, and then my parents bought it sort of from them 6 months old. So 1998 Safari model with the steps or rear ladder. What else did it have? Roof rails,
headlamp protectors,
headlamps, which we still got.
the clear ones.
Yeah. So
really, and they have the really cool compass badge on the side as well, don't they?
That's
Safari. They were probably one of the last model years built of Discovery 1, weren't they?
It was, yeah, because this is a S-Reg, so 1998 S-Reg, which is by which time the TD5s had started coming.
Crossover year, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and obviously I quite like the late 300s.
Is it auto or manual?
It's a manual.
Is it?
It's a manual, yeah. So it's all right. And so it's been sitting there, sort of languishing. Its last MOT, I think, was in 2021, and then we got it. I didn't do the work, but we got it back to the garage to do the next MOT, and it did 4 miles in between those MOTs.
Oh, wow.
And my parents are 2 miles from the MOT station. So basically got the MOT, went back to their place, and then just sat there, and then for 6 years. Unfortunately, because it's been used as a beekeeping wagon, because that's what they do, and then left. And it's obviously got the traditional Land Rover and Discovery sunroof, so it leaks. It's minging inside, it really is. Yeah, and mice have got inside.
I was going to say, I can remember, it was a long time ago now, I came over with you, didn't I? So we did like a bit of an assessment on it.
Yeah.
And considering, like you say, it's been used for short distance stuff, beekeeping, lots and lots of wildlife in the interior, the body's actually really good, isn't it?
Yeah, the paintwork's starting to suffer now a bit. There's a few little bits of rust, which we're going to have to resolve. I say because I'm not going to do it, because I'll get somebody else to do this one. And the electrics are a little bit less than desirable at the moment. It's road legal, and that's about it. It needs a lot of sort of TLC to bring it up to a good drivable standard, but it's got 215,000 on it, I think.
Oh, right.
It's well used.
Yeah, a bit of a further reconditioning required, but I do remember it's a lovely straight thing and quite like you say, well, it's completely unmessed with, isn't it?
That's it. Very original. Yeah, even one of the driving lamps works. It's got the soft A bar on the driving lamps, and fog lights, and one of the driving lamps works and one of the fog light works.
Oh yeah. Happy days. They're quite a nice thing though. I was at Gaydon at the weekend, just gone actually, and I was shocked that there wasn't that many. I mean, Project J were there, obviously, with the early discoveries, but 300 TDIs are really sort of still quite a rare sight.
That's what I was thinking, because there are so many that over the years we've encouraged people to modify and drive into mud.
Yes.
And
sorry about that.
Yeah. And so original ones, I see the odd one or two kicking around, but there aren't that many at all now.
No, I think they'll go the same way as the 200 Shape and Range Rover Classics and things like that. they will have their day, and I don't think it's very far away at all.
It's very close. It's so I'm quite looking forward to not doing the electrics on this one, but it's I've started to take little bits apart, but it's basically my son's now using it, so I've got his lightweight down here now. He's using it as a runabout, but yeah, it just needs little bits. A lot of things like the electrics aren't working entirely properly, so the radio had died, so I've just dropped a new radio in there. The rubber donut look on the rear shaft looks like it's towards the end of its life, so I'll replace that as a matter of course anyway, and then basically full oil change and fluid change will be done, and then. But yeah, it runs quite smoothly. It's got a little bit of a oil pressure. The oil pressure warning light comes on when it's very hot and it's a tick over.
Right.
Then it's an old engine. So
yeah, I mean, at 200,000 odd, if it's never been apart, it's doing quite well.
Yeah.
So, but it might a good oil change and a decent genuine filter might see that pressure come back.
Yeah, well, it's always had genuine filters on it.
Oh, right, okay.
So, and I think the oil was changed before the last MOT or before the one sort of 5 years ago, but it did have the problem before, which one of the reasons it didn't was taken off the road, apart from the fact they also then had a very late Freelander 2.
Yes, I remember it. Well, I remember seeing that when we used it for an LRO photo shoot, being very, very jealous.
Yes.
It's a lovely, I don't know if it would have been Loire blue or a different blue, but very dark blue manual top specker, isn't it?
That's it, yep. And they also have obviously a very, well, not obviously, but they also have a very late Disco 4, so 66 plate Disco 4.
Yes,
nice.
Quite a nice little collection there. But you've obviously alleviated them of the Disco 1, so I look forward to, I think we're going to do the headliner and sort the sunroofs out.
Yeah, at the moment, what we've done, the first job we did as soon as we got it back, because it's been dry, was put tape around it just to try and reduce the amount of water ingress.
That classic Discovery upgrade,
the
taped up sunroofs.
The daft thing about it is that everybody knew it was a problem. I remember Pete Wilford doing a cartoon about it, and so like, it might have even been a Christmas card or sort of greetings cards, and he did that in about like 1991 or something like that, and Land Rover got really upset about it.
Really?
Yeah. But like everybody knew that the sunroofs were a problem back then, and it continued right the way through the build's life. And onto Discovery 2, didn't it? With the drains snapping off.
Exactly the same part.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same part. Yeah.
And it Land Rover were very, very upset about it. In fact, I think I remember him saying that they actually told him to remove them from sale or something like that. Something along those lines.
It's a bit of an overreaction, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember for certain, but it was something like that. But everybody knew it was a problem.
I had something similar the other day, funnily enough. I was changing the transfer box on my 110, which we're looking at now. I should point out at this point, we're recording this in the front of Neil's 110 while looking at my 110. And yes, it's quite one of the more interesting studios I've recorded a podcast in. I'm not against it at all. But yes, I was changing the transfer box on that on my driveway, and I did a little video about the splines on the back of the gearbox, because on that age of Land Rover, the input gear in the transfer box wasn't cross-drilled for oil.
Right.
So the splines on the back of the gearbox would go dry, and then eventually they'd wear away, and then you'd have no drive. You'd notice obviously a lot of slack in the driveline before that happened, but my splines were like brand new. I was very shocked, but I put it on Instagram and a few people commented and stuff, and they're like, "Wow, I can't believe they're in that good a condition at the age it is." And someone commented saying, "Oh, it's good to see that Land Rover learnt their lesson with the splines on gearboxes on Defenders, because the MT82s obviously destroy their coupling." And
so right the way through to, did they ever change that, or was that right the way through to 2016?
No, they did. I think it was either later on in 200 TDI or when they went over to the R380 gearbox when 300 came in. They started cross-drilling the transfer box gear, so oil could get to the splines, and it was a lot less of a problem. Yeah. But for a long time...
But that was a big problem for the, like you say, the 6-speed gearbox in the TDCi.
Yes.
So... which why everybody was 50 Ashcroft conversion or the adapter shafts on it, wasn't it? So.
Definitely, yeah. It's funny though how these issues don't seem to, well, they come and go, don't they? They get it right for a bit and then go back to.
They end up forgetting about it.
Yeah.
Oh, what did we learn? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, forget about that. We're on to the next thing now.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about quickly we were just looking at your lightweight, and I didn't, because I've never had a lightweight and I've never spent a huge amount of time around one. But you were showing me all the bits of bodywork that come off it really easily.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot different to a standard civilian Series Land Rover or even Defender, because obviously it's got the flat sides, which the Series 1 had, but sort of the top half of it, so the bonnet, the tailgate, the rear body, the doors come off, the top bulkhead, because it's a two-part bulkhead, and obviously the roof comes off to help strip it down to weight, which I can't remember what the weight they had to get it down to. I think it was something like 1.25 tons, but I'm sure somebody will contact us.
1.25 tons, not a lot, is it?
No.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I knew a bit about them. The like the tub splits sort of just above the wheel arch, and then the door top splits higher up, and the tailgate splits in half as well, doesn't it?
Yep.
They are very interesting Land Rovers when you start to sort of dig beneath their sort of overall outward appearance. There's a lot more to them.
Yeah, underneath they're pretty much the same. Obviously, the drive, the half shafts had different ends. So on mine, I haven't got the correct rear ones because a civilian one will fit. But they had the flat ends, which just screw into the end of the, or the plate screws into the end of the half shaft to stop it from moving around too much, rather than sticking through and you having the dome sort of hat on the end of it.
And the axles are narrower as well, aren't they?
No, the same.
Oh, right.
Yep. The same. The difference is the end of the half shaft.
That's really interesting. I never knew that. I was so sure that they actually had narrow axles. I didn't realise it was just the end.
They're exactly the same. So basically, the whole underneath is pretty much, or is interchangeable. It is. But yeah, so standard half shafts will fit the axles because, well, that's what everybody did. It's the axle casings themselves are the same. It is purely the end.
Well, I never.
There you go.
Every day's a school day.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about Land Rover Life, which is on sale with Land Rover Monthly as we speak. If you head to your local shop, you'll be able to get it in a bag, Land Rover Monthly and Land Rover Life. And Neil, you've done a most excellent UK adventure guide in this issue. So stunning feature. And basically it's to encourage people to plan their holidays, their Land Rover getaways in this country.
Yeah, as it turned out, it was quite fortuitous because when I was writing it, this was just before everything went off in the Gulf and stuff like that. So we were thinking, we're going to use. Well, I like the UK, and I'm still travelling all around it. But yeah, in our Land Rovers, it's much easier to travel for most readers who are UK based, it's easier to travel around the UK and see what's on offer than it is to get overseas. And there is a lot to offer, which is what I've tried to include in this one. So it's basically everything from Land's End right the way to John O'Groats and past that. I think I even did I include the Shetland Islands? I can't remember.
Yes, you did. Yeah, there's everything in between. It's absolutely cracking. It's a fantastic guide. And like you say, there's probably not that many people in the country who've travelled more extensively on green lanes than yourself in the UK.
I've done quite a lot. I haven't done
quite a lot. Is an understatement. Come on.
Yeah, weirdly, I haven't done that many in the last few years, apart from on Wednesday I'm going green laning, but that's something else. But yeah, I've covered I think I've driven. I reckon I've driven about 75% of the green lanes in England and Wales. Obviously, there aren't that many in Scotland, but I've driven a few in Scotland. But the feature isn't just about green laning; it's about everything regarding adventure. So we've included obviously green lanes, saying what sort of things there are in certain areas. There we've included great driving roads. We've road trips like the North Coast 500, and I've tried to balance it with the what we know now. The North Coast 500 was launched was a magnet and still is a magnet for people, but obviously the locals are getting a little bit fed up with the way some people approach it.
I think North Coast 500, I've not done it yet. I'd like to do it. I think the main issue, certainly from what I've seen online, and not to point the finger, is with enormous motorhomes and like 6-wheel houses on wheels parking up, blocking people's driveways and entrances, and
leaving litter, and
generally just being a nuisance. And I think generally Land Rover people are pretty responsible. I
Yeah.
think. I don't think it's fair to tar everyone with that brush. I think, and it's a stunning place. It's a stunning place. I've done Land's End to John O'Groats before, and some of even a
Yeah, what car did you do it in?
Yeah, I did. It was an Austin Allegro, actually. It was. Do you know what? And everyone slates the Allegro. It was so comfortable. The seats in an Allegro are like.
And didn't it have the hydroelastic suspension or something? Or
I think they do have
something like that?
hydroelastic. I don't know tons about them, but it had a little 1 litre A series engine, and it just plodded up. It was brilliant. But anyway, so you talk about North Coast 500, but there's also the slightly smaller loop, isn't there, that you can do?
There is so much to do. So much. So many drives you can do. So I've included the North Coast 500, the Northumberland 250. The Southwest Coastal 300, which is down in Dumfries and Galloway and stuff like that. Then, of course, we've got things like the Atlantic Highway, which is down on the A39 in Cornwall. There is so much to go at, like just for you to go out and drive in your Land Rover and stuff like that. And I think when I did the foreword to it, the intro to welcome to the magazine, the activities in the Gulf had just kicked off and like fuel prices were increasing, and I said, well, just do it and just reduce the number of takeaways you're doing. But even so, now sort of prices have settled down a bit. You can work out, you can still say, it might be expensive. But honestly, if you're going to do a 1,000-mile round trip, you're talking about, I don't know, 50 quid difference in fuel.
Yeah. Like I say, I mean, touch wood, as we record this, things have started to settle slightly. It's still expensive to go anywhere because fuel is expensive, but don't let it put you off. There's so much to see, as you've rightly said. In the UK, there's just the variety, really, of terrain and scenery and countryside is not to be sniffed at. And it's so easy to forget when you sort of see all these overland videos and features, and they're great, but also there's so much you can do on your doorstep, really.
That's it. And there's a lot of driving that people have to do to get to those overland things for the 2 photos or the 5 minutes of video they show. There is they're having to drive miles and miles and miles. Whereas for this feature, we've included pretty much everywhere in the UK. Apart from, I don't think I put anything about Kent, so there is something relatively close that you can either just go out for a day and drive, or make a long weekend out of it, some camping and stuff like that. There is something for everyone.
Absolutely, and it's not just, as you said, it's not just driving and green laning. There's destinations that you can go and visit. Things like Land Rover Experience. There's a great selection of off-road sites you could loop into your plans. Green lanes and Fords. There's places to eat, loads of stuff to go at. So by all means, definitely make sure you get the current issue of Land Rover Monthly, which comes with Land Rover Life, which has got this guide in it.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's good stuff. So this morning I've kind of interrupted your day, really, because you are preparing your vehicles ready for LRM Live, which is 15th and 16th of May.
At Malvern, with the stunning backdrop of the Malvern Hills. Honestly, it's lovely there.
And 16th and 17th of May. It's had an absolute brain short circulation. It is, in fact, the 16th and 17th. I don't know why I said 15th, 16th. You can turn up on the 15th if you're camping. Oh, actually, I'll use this as a perfect opportunity to highlight the value of LRM Live. So if you're a single occupant camping for the weekend, it's £80 if you pre-book. Head to landrovermonthly.co.uk to get your tickets. And you can turn up on the Friday. You don't have to leave until lunchtime on Monday. You can make a really, really good weekend out of it for just £80. And that only rises up to £100 if there's 2 of you sharing a tent or a camping unit.
That's good. Yeah.
Good value, isn't it?
It is.
You don't get a lot for £100 these days.
No, it's not. I was
thinking keeping it real at LRM Live.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I'll stay over till the Monday.
We're proud to partner with Adrian Flux, the UK's largest specialist motor insurance broker. If you're looking for Land Rover insurance, they should be your first stop. They even offer up to 15% off your premium for Owners Club members. Just call them directly on 0344 728 0417 for a quote and let them know you belong to an Owners Club to get a great deal.
So, but I'll be dragging. I'll be coming down in probably the 2A. And I might even tow the Sankey with me because last time when I turned up, because I had basically I'm going to do something about winching, and we're going to be doing stupid winching, by which we mean not just like showing this is a winch, this is how it uses it. We're going to show how to do different things with winches and pulleys and stuff like that, which hopefully is a bit more entertaining. Hopefully make you think, oh yeah, that's why you do things like that, rather than this is how to use things safely, because I'm not qualified to teach how to do things safely.
Yes. And also maybe doesn't make the most exciting arena content, but so that you've got a really cool plan put together for your winching segment, which will be interspersed into the main arena throughout the day, and there is loads of other cool stuff happening in the main arena across the weekend. There's going to be club showcases, vehicle parades, we've got falconry, we've got sheepdogs, which I'm buzzing to see. I've not seen sheepdogs in like a show since I was a kid, and they are just fantastic, the level of skill. So there's a real mixture of everything. But yes, as you say, one of the things I always struggle to get my head around this when you've explained it to me before is using a front winch to tow or to recover a Land Rover backwards.
Yes,
because it shouldn't really work.
No, we tried this out last year because we'd seen it and seen videos and stuff like that, or there was 1 or 2 videos. There wasn't that many. There's a lot more now since we've done this. I don't know whether it's related to people who've seen it at the show last year, but this last year was sort of like tucked away in a corner, so only a sort of handful of people saw it. But this year we're going to put it in the main arena, and no, it shouldn't work because you should end up pulling the vehicle apart.
Yeah,
but it weirdly it does work, and I've been thinking about this, and I've not only we're going to show how it can be done, how you can winch your vehicle backwards using your front mounted winch, but I'm also going to see if I can show how to do it quicker. I can triple the speed the vehicle will move backwards. So, but this is something which I will have to mull over a bit.
Yeah, you have to get your pad out and draw some diagrams, because I don't quite know how you're going to achieve that.
Because interesting. Yes, it's the whole thing about this is what the whole winching thing is going to be about. It's going to be about well, what about if you do this? Can you do that? It's like with the pulleys, we're going to. I've got loads and loads of pulleys, loads and loads of rope, and we're going to see how little force it requires to move a Land Rover.
Yes.
By doing it, rigging it the old-fashioned way, which is zigzag backwards and forwards, because I know that I can rig it up to, if you put, say, half a ton of pull on it, I know I can get up to 50 tons pull on it.
Wow.
But you're moving such a small amount of rope that the vehicle itself won't move. So what we'll do is just go zigzag backwards and forwards between the vehicles using lots of pulleys, and then see how little force it requires to move one.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see that, because as I say, I've had winches for years and I've used them a fair amount, but stuff like that it's really good fun to experiment with, isn't it? And when you see it live, like you say, you're going to be demonstrating it in the arena.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get up close, have a proper look, see what's going on. You'll be confused, as I am at the moment, and then you'll go, oh, that's how it works.
Sense. Yeah.
That's the plan. But yes.
And then one of the other ones we'll do is get the wheel winch out, which was a Land Rover, a genuine accessory from back in the day, which is designed to fit. It was designed to fit the Series Land Rovers and also Range Rover Classic back in the day. It was designed before the advent of the 9110 and 127. So it was and for the steel wheels on that. So we'll show how that works, which is basically essentially two plates you mount to the wheels, and then you use the wheel turning to drag yourself out.
Yes, that's you may have seen pictures, videos and things like that on social media about wheel winches, but seeing one actually work in person is quite a thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And the kit, as you say, was a genuine Land Rover accessory, which is really cool. We would have seen it in the accessory brochures, I suppose, back from back in the day, alongside all the other self-recovery gear that they would sell with the Land Rovers when they were brand new. So yeah, don't miss that. That'll be really good. There's all sorts going on. Well, let's talk a little bit about trade, because obviously people who come to shows, they want to buy stuff, don't they? That's kind of certainly the reason I go to shows.
Yeah, but certainly, and you get to see stuff, and you get to look, to actually rather than being on the internet, which a lot of us do our shopping on nowadays, you can go along, you can pick it up, you can feel what it's like, you can feel the quality, and it. Even if you don't decide to buy there,
Yes.
you can buy. You can go away with that knowledge. So it's absolutely a case of finding out what's new. I don't know whether you know, but obviously. But I actually put together the new products pages for Land Rover Monthly.
Yes.
So one of the things I do at all the shows is I go around to try and find out what's new as well, because there's always something new. Somebody's always developed something which you hadn't seen before, or a new take on something, which is fantastic as well.
That's what I always, like I've said to Steve in the past, it's absolutely astounding that the companies that are out there doing this stuff continue to innovate on what is really a fairly condensed group of vehicles. They just keep making new stuff and finding new ways to make them better. So there'll no doubt be companies there showing off brand new gear that you can go and, like you say, properly put your hands on and actually get a feel for.
That's it.
One of those companies, in fact, the overall sponsor of the event, Optimil, our friends at Optimil Limited, do some absolutely awesome billet aluminium parts for Defenders. So a big thank you to Optimil for sponsoring LRM Live this year. They will be along right by the arena, so you can take in some of the cool stuff that's happening, and then you can wander over, have a chat with those guys. Absolutely lovely people. Get your hands on what they've brought along. They do hinges. They do, obviously, their very popular swivel lock, which is a great security device.
Yeah, so you can remove your steering wheel, and then once you put that on, you cannot drive the vehicle.
No, it is probably one of the most effective security devices you could buy for a Defender. Interior trim components, there's all sorts. Go and have a look, go and have a chat.
Even you can wind down the window and rock my mirror on here, because I've got the mirror blocks which stop the mirrors from wobbling. So, which you can't see. They're one of these hidden parts where you think, yeah, I've just spent some money on that, and you can't see it until you're driving along and the mirrors aren't flapping around.
There's nothing worse than a flappy mirror.
Yeah,
let me tell you. I might have to invest in some of them myself. Yeah. But obviously, Britpart, our good friends at Britpart, sponsoring the main arena. So thank you to those guys. Howden Classic Insurance, a very, very long-term supporter of LRM events. Huge thank you to them. And of course, 4x4 tyres back on board for the awards, which we're doing the awards a lot earlier on Sunday this year. So there'll be more people around. We'll be scouting out vehicles, Land Rovers, people for the awards throughout the weekend. So don't miss that. It's going to be a great little presentation. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to surprise some people with a nice trophy for their efforts at the weekend. So big thanks to 4x4 tyres for helping us out with that. Right. Do you want to hear just some of the trade confirmed for LRM Live?
Tell me.
Exciting stuff. 1948 original equipment. So they do sort of clothing, accessories.
And a bit of bushcraft stuff they do, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Multi-tools, things like that. Yeah. Really, really cool. They always bring a big old stand. There's always loads of stuff in there. So be sure to go and check them out, especially if you've forgotten something camping. They're definitely going to have what you need. 100%. Don't miss them. Our good friends at Boom Racing will be right next to the LRM stand.
Radio control.
And for the first time, they will have a live demo arena with lots and lots of very cool obstacles. So they'll be demonstrating the radio-controlled Land Rovers, which have become hugely popular over the last couple of years. And if you've got a 1/10 scale or smaller Land Rover radio-controlled vehicle yourself, you can bring that along. You can have a go with it on the demo course. And there'll be some really cool obstacles for you to try out. Test your skills. Excellent. And there might be a couple of prizes as well. So keep an eye out for that. Yes, very, very exciting indeed. Demand Engineering. Our friends Dan and Laura from Demand Engineering are coming along. The highest quality Land Rover exhausts you will find anywhere.
That's what you have on two of your motors, isn't it?
I am incredibly lucky to have Dan has blessed both my Series 3 V8 and my 200 converted 110 with a full Demand Engineering exhaust, and it shows up the rest of the Land Rover. It's that nice. That's the problem.
Yeah, look at it now, it's shiny underneath, whereas the rest of it is quite dark.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about getting rid of the old mild steel system off yours, definitely go and see Demand Engineering. You will be blown away by the quality of their stuff. It is awesome. Croytech.
Oh, billet aluminium stuff.
Yeah, a company that's been around a long time.
It's celebrating an anniversary, I think, last year. can't remember what it was. 20 years was it?
Yeah, quite
Something like
possible. I mean, they've certainly been around as long as I've known Land Rovers. They do really, really nice stuff as well. Trims, interior trims. They do hinges, loads and loads of cool stuff. Don't miss them. Who else we got then? Oh, there's such a list here. Richard Chassis.
Yep.
You
I
can't.
bet they do chassis.
You'll never guess. You'll never guess what they sell. Yeah, Richard Chassis. If you're restoring a Land Rover or you're looking to start a new project, go and speak to them because they do chassis for pretty much everything.
And they did bespoke, didn't they do, wasn't it Jim Marsden's Giggle Pin truck?
Yeah.
They made it specially for...
Yes.
Yeah.
All sorts of... basically, if you've got a bit of an odd requirement, go and have a word with them and they'll go, oh, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then they'll do it.
Yeah.
Really, really nice guys as well. We actually did a podcast with them, I don't know how many episodes ago, but go back and have a listen.
Yeah, they came up with some real sound advice. A bit, I think the bit which I got for it was, wasn't it, if you've started to chase rust, if it starts to go rusty, it's not worth chasing it because everything, you will just be chasing it all the way along.
Yeah, so it's all to do with like the way the steel sort of like separates and goes all like lasagna. It never really, you'll never get it out fully unless you're cutting massive sections out. What stuck with me from that podcast was people who sort of get a chassis looking nice externally and then they think, oh, I'll galvanise that and it will last forever. But it doesn't because the paint's all inside and it doesn't stick properly and you're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
So Richard Chassis, really, really knowledgeable guys and definitely worth a visit. Forby, our friends at Forby were going to be there. Neil and Steph from Forby.
They do a whole range of weird stuff from, sensors and gauges for EGT and stuff like that. And they do a lot of camping stuff as well.
Loads and loads of camping stuff. They go every year, don't they? Do a massive trip in their Discovery One. I really need to get them on the podcast, actually, because they do so much, like awesome overland trips with their two daughters as well. Yeah. And they do a lot of TDI tuning parts. They do.
That's it. And it's just the weird stuff you wouldn't necessarily think about needing. But then you have a look at it, you talk to them, and you think, yeah, actually, I do need that. So, yeah.
Definitely. And it's sort of for all budgets as well, from very little sort of gadgety things right up to, they do a really cool oven, don't they? The overland camping oven. So you can heat your pies up on the move.
As you're driving down the road, you've gradually got pies warming.
Oh, making me feel hungry. Who else is here? Muddy Mods, our good friends at Muddy Mods, Freelander and Evoke specialists. If you've got either of those and you think, oh, it needs this, it needs that, or you want to, lift it a little bit, slightly bigger tyres for green laning and off-roading, give it a bit of underbody protection, they are the people to go and see.
And they know the vehicles through and through, don't they? So if you've got a problem, you might be able to kind of ask them about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, lovely people. And I was actually with them a couple of weeks ago because we did a workshop feature on a clutch. So keep an eye out in the magazine for that. Very, very good. Charlesworth.
Yep.
Charlesworth Mouldings, Charlesworth and Sons.
Look.
Oh, yeah, I can see stuff in here that's from them.
Yeah, so basically they do things like gear knobs. One of the things that they do in the background is they redo the steering wheels.
Yes. Neil.
Sorry.
That's all right, Dora.
I've got to turn my phone off. But yeah, the gear knobs. So they do replacement gear knobs, which are either series related, or you can get the ones with the waggly things.
The comedy Land Rover gear shift pattern. Yeah, they do all sorts of great stuff in loads of different colours as well. And I'll tell you what else they do, which I have bought a few of over the years, is the gaiters for handbrakes and high-low levers on series, because a lot of the aftermarket ones just split really easily.
They were made of cheese or something like that, and then they were, after like a summer, they would start splitting. But these ones are proper quality.
They are,
and they will last.
That was one of the things I made sure not to skimp on when we rebuilt my Series 3, which seems like forever ago, and it really wasn't.
Yeah.
And they're just really, really, again, lovely people, really good quality stuff. And they do it in a whole vast range of colours, don't they?
That's it, yeah. And then this is the whole thing about coming to the show. You can actually see what, people have got and think, actually, you know what? I didn't know I needed that, but I do now. And, you can pick up the like you say, the rubber gaiters around the gear surrounds and think, this is quality stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than... Yeah, I've done it before, and I've bought them from retailers, and they've arrived, and they feel like a plastic bag. almost sometimes. And I think quality is improving slightly, but these ones are, these
You're
are
not
proper
going to need to
thick.
buy them
These
again.
are dog chew style, aren't they?
Maybe that's a test I could do, actually. I'll see if Bentley fancies a gnaw on something. But yeah, they're really, really great stuff. LR bulkheads.
Yes, they've got a wide range of stuff as well, and again they do the little. The weird little things you might not think you need. So, like, there's things that sell things like jake rings, which are recovery points for the cold sprung vehicles. They do all sorts of. I think we've got a grill of theirs going in the next issue in new products, and the weird things. The thing which I picked up from them at the last one was when you're doing the swivels on a Defender or cold sprung, there's a plate which the
Is it where the steering bump stop hits?
No, it's the bit where the brake pipe goes through. So they make replacement ones of those.
So I know what you
it's,
mean.
yeah, it's weird because if you're anything like me, when you've had the vehicle quite a long time, you've done this job several times and you've bent it out of shape to try and get to the top bolts, and then it's
because the brake pipe passes right over where you need to put your socket, doesn't it?
That is it. Yes. So they do replacement ones of those, and it's weird things like that where. If you're in the middle of a rebuild or something like that, you're thinking, I wonder where you get these bits like there.
Finding the right parts for your Land Rover or Range Rover shouldn't be an off-road challenge. At bmh4x4.com, we've built a smarter way to get you back on track. Our new website is now live, the simple, fast and reliable way to find the parts and accessories you need. Supplying quality parts for Defender 1983 to 2016, Discovery 1, 2, 3 and 4, Range Rover Sport 2005 to 2013 with Range Rover P38A and L322 coming soon. All parts are backed by expert knowledge, quick delivery and a 2-year quality guarantee. Visit bmh4x4.com, built by enthusiasts for enthusiasts.
Yeah, absolutely. Their name is sort of not misleading, but they do far more than just bulkhead stuff.
Yes.
Loads of little bits like, I don't know, off the top of my head, the spire nuts that hold hinges on, stuff like that.
Yeah, and even things like jerry can holders to the side of the fence.
And do they still do the table that comes off the capping?
I believe so, yeah. Because we were talking to them about that a couple of shows back, weren't we?
We were, definitely, yeah. There's a whole vast range of stuff.
Didn't he say he was just he wasn't quite sure about selling that because he's worried about the cappings falling off? But again, it's just people thinking, I wonder what I could do. What's the solution to this problem that I have?
Yeah.
And that was it. And I can't remember if he's selling it, but go along and ask him.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the great thing about every trader at shows, really, is everyone's so approachable, willing to help. If you've got a question, if you're not sure about something, you can ask them, and they're not going to, whether you're brand new to Land Rovers and this is your first show, you might not even own one yet. You will get the answers you're looking for, and people in the Land Rover scene, the friendliest, just absolutely brilliant. I'm so excited for LRM Live. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Our friends at ORE, Oak Ridge Engineering.
Okay, yeah.
And Chris and the team will be there. If you need anything, steering guards, they're obviously probably most well-known product is their spare wheel carrier.
Yep.
An absolute work of art, which is
a strong work of art as well.
Yeah, that's an understatement. The level of engineering and development that's gone into that. Chris is an absolute perfectionist when it comes to releasing any product. It's just, if he's not 100% happy with it and he hasn't tested it himself, it won't go out. So it's we fitted one to the LRO 110, didn't we?
Yes.
And it's the only spare wheel carrier I've used extensively that doesn't start rattling when you give it a good pounding off road on the
and we did give that vehicle a good pounding.
Yeah. It was probably one of the more harder used 12 plate 110s, but yeah. ORE, and they don't just do, like I say, accessories like their steering guards and things like that, seat box trims. They've now branched into adventure stuff with Oak Ridge Adventure. They do roof tents, camping gear, barbecues, all sorts of great stuff
Yeah,
like that.
electronic power boxes or electric power boxes.
Yes, absolutely. Lights as well.
Yes.
They do a whole range of different lights, LED headlamps and driving lamps and fog lamps and all sorts of great stuff. So go and see them. Chris and the team will be on hand, answer any of your questions, and hopefully take some of your money because their products are absolutely bang on. Who else have we got? God, such a list. I don't think we're going to get through all.
No.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I was just looking at them on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So presumably that's all on the Land Rover Monthly website, is it? Giving a list of the
Yes, it
exhibitors,
is. Yeah, you can go to landrovermonthly.co.uk and click on trade exhibitors on the LRM Live page, and you can go through it yourself and see. And they're all clickable as well, so they'll take you through to the website of said company, and you can...
and obviously, yeah, you can go straight through to the website. But if there's anything specific you want somebody to bring along to show so you can have a look at, dare say you can contact them and say, can you bring this along for me to have a look at, please?
Definitely. And most of these lovely traders that will be coming along will be more than amenable to maybe you want to save a bit of money on postage or something like that. If they can meet you at the show, it's well worth asking the question. The very worst they're going to say is, "Oh, sorry, the van's full, we can't do it." But yeah, everyone's I can't wait, honestly. LRM Live is like, I think it's a combination of the location. We've been so lucky in recent years with the weather, and it's looking good again for this year. It's just such a lovely atmosphere.
That's it. And talking about that, are we going to go to the top of the hill? I know you didn't do it last year.
Well, Neil, I was going to ask you this actually, because it's become a bit of a tradition. Certainly, where you're the driving force behind it. 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday
morning, we walk to the top of the hill
right
to look at Wales.
Yeah, up to the top of the Malvern Hill to have a lovely look out over the. Well, you can see obviously the showground from up the top there, but the scenery in both directions, as long as it isn't cloudy, is absolutely stunning. Yeah. I didn't do it last year. I did it the year before.
Yep. I think I've done it all. Each year there's been, the first year I think it was just me because I wanted to try it. And basically I've done it three?
It's our fourth year this year, yeah.
So I've done it 3 years and I've got lost each time on the way up. But what should be a sort of 25-minute tour? No, I think it takes about an hour, less than an hour to walk it.
Yeah, it's surprising actually, because it feels like a long way.
Yeah,
because when you're up there, the distance looks quite great down to the showground, but it doesn't take that long to get up there.
No, and we walk from the showground, and because the showground, there's only one gate open, we have to go from the furthest away gate to get through it, unless we can kind of sweet talk somebody into opening another gate for us. But yeah, it's a lovely little walk. It takes about 45-50 minutes each way.
Great way to walk off a hangover if you've had a few too many in the beer tent on the Saturday night. We've got some great music booked, by the way, live bands for both Friday and Saturday night. So get down the beer tent in the evenings, soak that atmosphere up, and sample some refreshing beverages. And if you're feeling it a little bit on the Sunday morning, then join us.
Yeah, just get up, and then because we've got to get up there, we sort of like get up there, have a look, spend 5 minutes there, realise it's cold up the top of the hill, and then walk back down because I need to be back in the arena at, I don't know, 10 o'clock or something, or 9:30. Yeah. So I need to be, we sort of go up there, do it, come back, and then we've basically, the other side of the hills is Wales, and so if on a good day, which we've had, you can see right into the Brecons and stuff like that. I think it's the Brecons. Some hills in Wales.
Some sort of hill or something. Yeah. But, it's really nice up there. I think I'll do it. I think I'll do it this year. You might have to peer pressure me a bit on the Saturday night, but I'm keen. Yeah. I'm also, I think I mentioned it before, very excited to be upping my game for catering manager for LRM team at Live this year, with not just my small kettle barbecue, with also a brand new single burner gas stove, which I will be cooking more things on. So I've been sort of perfecting my culinary skills over the last few weeks, trying a few different outdoor dishes, and I'm keen.
Excellent, yeah.
So very, very exciting.
I'll probably bring my old Coleman stove anyway, so which for all the danger with petrol.
Oh yeah, that's a really cool old stove, isn't it? It runs on anything, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Petrol in it, and
it's all
paraffin and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and it's weird, like this old stuff. Again, it's like an old Land Rover, because I don't know when it was developed, but I've had mine for 15, 20 years, and I'm sure it'd been around for years before that, but it just keeps going. I think you're meant to change the jets on it and stuff like that, but it just keeps going.
Absolutely. I was actually talking of food while we're on the subject. I bumped into some of the CVC register guys at Gaydon, who I've sort of got to know reasonably well over the last couple of years. They are obviously coming to LRM Live, as are so many other clubs. So be sure to check out the club displays all the way down the side of the arena and beyond, in fact. Camel Trophy Club coming as well. Oh, it's going to be great. Can't wait. Yes, they are. We spoke to John Masters probably a few months ago now. They do their annual sausage competition, which is called Sausage Fest, where they all bring sausages from their local butchers there, and they sort of have a big cook-off in the Saturday night, and then they judge the each other's sausages.
Hey,
See whose sausage is the best. And he informs me, I'm quite terrified of the responsibility that I may have a place on the judging panel this year.
Ooh.
So, yeah, if you can't find me on Saturday night, I'll be having a barbecue at theirs.
Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe I'll might have to go to the local farm shop and bring someone down for there.
I've already scoped out my entry for the competition.
Are you allowed to say what it is?
I'm not going to. I'm keeping it a secret. So, but you'll no doubt hear more nonsense about that over the weekend, and you'll definitely be hearing a lot more nonsense because Steve and I will be hosting live podcasts on both Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, both days.
Indeed. So stick around for that. But we'll no doubt have some you'll be able to shout questions at us and we'll answer them within reason. And hopefully we'll have some guests on as well because there's a few VIPs coming. Don't want to let too much on just yet, but keep an eye out for that and you'll no doubt see people that you recognise wandering around LRM Live. So yeah, really, really exciting. Again, we can't wait. I can't believe it's come up as quickly as it has now. But you've still got time to book your tickets. But if you leave it too much longer, they will go to full price and they do get pretty expensive on the gate. So pre-book and secure yourself a space.
That's it. And like you say, hopefully the weather's good. I have a rule that wherever I go, it's sunny, or at least it's not raining. So
yeah, that's true.
That's the plan for me to be there and it to be good. So
Neil is excellent at making sure that it is sunny wherever he is. He just brings the good weather with him. But oh man, we've barely scratched the surface of this list. I don't know whether to just run through it or whether we highlight a few others.
Go on then.
What do you reckon? Should we pluck out a few more?
Just run through it. Go on really, really quickly. See how quickly you can read them.
Sure.
Go.
Okay. Optimil, obviously. Howden Insurance, 1948 original equipment. Aquarius wheel covers. That's another great one.
Yes.
Lauren at Aquarius does absolutely fantastic stuff. Wheel covers sort of faded into obscurity for a little while, didn't they? But now they are back and they're cooler than ever. So if you've got a design in mind for the back of your Land Rover, go and see Lauren and she will sort you out.
And they protect the wheel from the stuff from getting from UV damage, don't they?
Yes.
So that's a double hit of
both style and practicality.
Yeah.
I'm staring at the back of my 110.
That's what I was just looking at. The latitude cross on the back.
My Michelin latitude cross has definitely seen a few UV rays in its time and probably should have been covered. I need to get a matching General Grabber super all grip for the back, really. But
you also need a wheel cover.
I do. Obviously, I would then cover it up to make sure it lasts as long as possible. So, Aussie Clobber. Have you been to his stand?
No.
It's flipping awesome.
Is he?
He sells all sorts of slip-on boots, which is another thing I need to get, actually. I'll probably go and see him at the show.
Yeah.
And it's not just, it's as the name suggests, it's brands they sell in Australia.
Right.
So Redback, Mongrel, loads of stuff like that. Really great quality, obviously built to put up with the rigours of outback life. So yeah, I'm a fan of a slip-on boot. I love a slip-on boot, but mine, I only have one pair at the moment and they're getting towards the end of their life, so I'll definitely be going to see him.
Yep.
And of course he sells bush hats and things like that.
Cool.
And
for the sun, to keep the sun off that we're going to experience.
Absolutely, yeah. Loads of other clothing, things like that. Boom Racing, we've already mentioned. Kadak Dometic.
Yeah, camping cookers and stuff like that.
Yes, where my cooker is from, in fact. And you can win exactly the same model in the current issue of Land Rover Monthly this month. So don't miss that. Very easy to enter. All the details are in the magazine.
You know your 4x4. You've chosen every upgrade, every bolt-on with purpose. So, when it comes to tyres, chunkier, wider, more capable for the conditions, you want the perfect fit. Not just any tyre, your tyre. That's why you'll choose 4x4tyres.co.uk, the wheel and tyre specialists, trusted by Land Rover owners and serious off-roaders alike. Whether you're upsizing, overlanding, making your Defender look the part, or your Discovery turn heads, we'll guide you to the right set. With over 800 fitting locations across the UK, from online to on-road, we've got you covered. Browse by vehicle, wheel size or brand, 4x4tyres.co.uk. The right fit, the right place, the right price.
I can't quite find the
Quick,
page number.
quick, Neil, flick through the pages
You,
faster.
you keep reading, I'll get there.
Okay, Charlesworth, Croytech, Daniels Off-Road are coming. You know
Yes.
Daniels, they do really heavy-duty steering components, suspension components, awesome off-road builds, competition vehicles. Go and see them.
Yeah, right, I found the page. It's page 28.
Page 28.
Yeah, for the the Cadec Walnut Cook Turbo FFD stove bundle you can win.
Absolutely.
That looks fantastic.
I have to say,
Yeah.
I am so impressed with that. I've tried cooking a lot of different things on it. It is absolutely awesome bit of kit, and it's got like everything's in such a compact package. It's got wind guards in it. It's got It's got a coffee pot stand. It's got a flat plate for doing steak and stuff on, and it's got a pan stand for obviously using your frying pan, things like that. It's a really, really cracking bit of kit.
And there are 7 to be won according to this, which
Yes.
which means that there is a good chance you can win if you enter, if nobody else does. So if nobody else listens,
You've got the advantage.
yes.
You heard it here first. DefTech UK, D&G Trading, FDR 4x4 and Mayer Chassis are coming along. Great guys there. 4B, we've already said. Hadley Services, he does some great accessories, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Removable number plates, things like that.
Yep, for the winch and lights as well.
Yes, lots of
LED
different
lights, yeah.
light options. Hellfire Surplus Supplies, Hugo plates. Your number plates need making for your Land Rover. Maybe it's just turned that
Yes, the 40 years where
just
you
got
can,
its classic status,
Yeah.
and you can if you so desire switch it to
the black and silver.
black
See,
and silver.
like while we're there, what's your view on that?
Oh, okay. Oh, you've really opened a can of worms here, Neil.
Go on then.
So I've got black and silvers on my Series 3.
Yep.
I think up to 80... On any leaf sprung, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
On any coil sprung, they look wrong. And this fad of putting black and silver plates on like TD5s and TDCIs, just stop.
Yeah.
Have a long, hard look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. It doesn't look good.
No, it's not big and it's not clever.
Put it to bed, okay? Refit proper number plates.
Yep.
It doesn't look good.
See, my view is that if it's military, absolutely you can do that.
Oh, okay.
But if it's not, then I prefer the white and yellows because they're right for the era.
Got you.
So anyway,
Well,
Yep.
there we go. I'm sure we'll get
Go
some
on.
hate mail for that, but
Yep.
that's what we love. Okay. We've got some baked goods are coming. Cakes and stuff.
yes.
Don't miss them. LR bulkheads, we've already mentioned. LR Centre, they're
Yep.
coming along.
Cool.
They always have a load of cool stuff for sale.
Yep.
LRD track, security
Yep.
devices.
Absolutely. I was thinking about I'm sitting there looking at, again, your 110 there. You haven't got a steering lock on there at the moment.
It's in the back.
Oh, that's all right. Then.
I thought as we're going to be sat here looking at it,
Yeah.
someone would be pretty stupid to come and have a go at it.
Yeah,
So-
I don't live in quite that bad an area, but it's weird. You know, when I bought the 110 we're sitting at the moment, I had bought the disc lock before I actually bought the vehicle because even back in 2002, Defender thefts were a problem.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, don't. LRD track, he's a cracking bloke, and he does very, very high quality trackers. And I've actually
Yeah.
got one of those to put on the 110, which I'll be doing very soon.
Yep.
So, LRS Off Road, Derek,
Yep. And he does a lot of the what's the brand?
camp cover.
Yes, can cover
Really,
stuff.
I mentioned this actually on Instagram the other day. Really cool canvas storage solutions for Land Rovers, interior, exterior, great stuff for overlanding and camping. And loads of other stuff as well.
Yeah, and
Camping gear.
Yeah, weirdly, he put up a post on social media yesterday, which shows when we record this, about the new Lego Legends. I think it's Lego Legends, which includes a Defender 110 double cab and a Jaguar.
Really?
Yep. This comes out in August, but I only saw it yesterday because Derek had put it up on social media yesterday.
I knew there was a reason you did new products now.
It's for those who want to look at it in advance before we get in the mag. It's I believe, let's have a look. He says, looking it up now. It's Lego part number 77264, I believe.
I love Lego.
So have a look at that. It's got a double a double cab, and a Jaguar.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that is really cool. Yeah, definitely check that out.
Yep, Jaguar Project 7 and Land Rover Defender double cab. So, it comes out in August.
Awesome. Right, cool. Who else we got? There's so many. Machine shop. If you need tools, if you need parts, if you need consumables for your workshop, I for one go through Brake Cleaner like it's going out of fashion. Go and see them. Maya Chassis, as we've already said. More Campers.
They do camping stuff.
They do camping stuff, as the name suggests. Muddy Mods. Noise Killer.
Yeah. Oh,
Your 110 is full of noise killer.
it is. Yeah.
This is why I thought, well, I was very, very grateful when you suggested that we record in here, because my 110 echoes like an empty tin and your 110 is acoustically fantastic.
Basically I was going to buy a Freelander 2 to drive to Spain to when my daughter was living there, and I didn't get one in time, so I went up to Noise Killer, got the cab done, sort of front and a centre, and honestly, driving across France into Spain, right the way across into Salamanca, it meant that I could drive a little bit quicker. Admittedly, I use a little more fuel, but I could have a conversation at 60 miles an hour when before it was only about 52 miles an hour. The noise, the volume increased. So Noise Killer stuff really is good stuff.
It just lifts the interior as well, doesn't it? It feels so much more, when you shut the door, there's actually like a deadness to the noise. It isn't, it just doesn't rattle constantly. Yeah. But yes, don't miss them. ORE, we've mentioned Ox Overland again. Fantastic range of overland stuff, camping, cooking,
tents and stuff.
Anything you need to deck your Land Rover out for an adventure, really. Go and see them. Same again goes for Stealth Outdoor Adventure. They've got some really cool gear on display. Go and see them. Trailers, fantastic camping trailers and pods.
Yeah.
So if you fancy your camping a little bit more luxurious, then Stealth Campers have got what you need. The Orange Defender is coming.
Right.
Have you seen him on Facebook and Instagram?
That's Tom, isn't it?
It is Tom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's coming along with his Orange Defender, as the name may suggest.
Isn't he doing the driving from John O'Groats to the show?
No, that's Fest in July. He's organising a big convoy.
Yeah.
From John O'Groats down to the big Land Rover Fest, which is another of our events in July at Newbury. So can't wait for that. You'll be able to meet him, catch up with him at LRM Live. Don't miss him. He's doing live build videos at the moment on his 300 TDI engine.
Right.
He's a really interesting guy, a really, really nice chap. So be sure to go along, see him. This is something I know that you'll probably go and see over the weekend. 7 ropes.
Okay, yeah.
Because winching, self-recovery, recovery of other people. He's got all the gear you need, properly safety rated. Go along, see what he's got for you. The Fudge Cottage.
Aye. No, honestly, you've got to buy some sweets when you're at a show.
Yeah, you need something to munch as you go around. I can't believe I almost missed out RAC parts.
Oh, blimey.
Our pals at RAC, who now also run, you'll no doubt be familiar with the black and red 6-wheel van that has all the lights and sirens and horns and stuff for sale. The guys at RAC now run that as well.
Okay.
So you've got
the upgrade bits for the off-roading, for off-roading like Defenders and Discos and stuff like that. That's what they do.
Flexible suspension, guards, custom work, tubular wings, loads and loads of cool stuff. RAC parts, been around a long while and they know their onions, so be sure to go and see them. Toolbox Direct, again, tools, consumables, gloves, anything like that you might need. Traction clothing, they do some really, really cool stuff. I need to probably invest in some more outdoor gear myself, certainly some like work, and finally Turbo Trade Tools. So again, even more choice if you need tools, accessories, consumables, and stuff to deck out your garage. So that is, and that's on top of all the auto jumble that we've got. So if you want used stuff, be sure to head to LRM Live and seek out those elusive parts for your project.
That's it, and it's all about just having the bits as you need them and stuff like that. It's certainly for the auto jumble. Some certainly, coming back to the Discovery, which I've just taken on again. It's there's so many weird bits that I suddenly think, is this working? Is that working? Funnily enough, one of the first things I did when we got that, we took it up to my son's place, and we just started to go through it, and it's weird when you get a new vehicle that you haven't had for a while, or a new to you vehicle. You have to go through and make sure or see what everything works, see what works, what doesn't. So we even had the jack out the other day because they're hydraulic jacks for the for the vehicle. I don't think this one had ever been used in
Really?
its 28-year life.
New old stock.
Yeah. So, but it sits right in behind the headlight, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So we got it out and like just thought, oh, this is not going to work, but it did. So it's great. But often you'll find those at the auto jumbles.
Yeah, you will.
And they're really, really good. And they're not cheap. But I carry one in this 110. I think I've got one in my 2A as well.
They're really versatile little things. I've got a few of them, and I keep one wherever one will fit because they are just so handy. But right, we need to wrap this up because we've got stuff to do. We've got Land Rovers to check over ahead of LRM Live. If you haven't already booked your tickets, head to landrovermonthly.co.uk, click on events, and get your tickets now because it is going to be a cracker of a weekend. If we haven't tempted you already with the sheer amount of trade that's coming, the arena, we'll have a chat next week, the week before the event, about what's going on in the arena. So keep your ears peeled. Does that work? Ears open. Yeah. For that. But until then, Neil, thank you for letting me take over your Defender as the podcast studio. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, indeed. See you then.